Oh, wow. Hi guys, thanks so much for watching another video. We're here at Music Junction. I'm Ryan. We're here with Dr. Ric.
Hey guys.
We have the new bunch of guitars to show you from the beautiful folk at PJD Guitars. Dr. Ric, you've got one.
I do have one. I've got the Carey Apprentice. I saw it in a shop in London in Denmark Street back in February, and it was just love at first sight, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically it's a cross between an Esquire
Yep.
and a Les Paul Jr. I just love the neck carve and the finish and the fit and frets and everything, and it's got this sort of relic paint job, which, if you're a tosser like me, that means something. But no, it just stood out from all the guitars in the shop, and I just had that magical experience where I just had to get it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so certainly, you know, they're all handmade one at a time.
Yep.
In their factory in York. And I was lucky enough to actually go and visit the factory.
Wow.
When I was there, and you know, there's just 5 or 6 craftsmen who work there.
Yeah.
You know, one man, Luke does the fretwork,
Yeah.
and Lauren does the spraying, and Lee, the owner, he oversees the whole process. They're cut out in a CNC machine, but
Yeah.
they're all sort of hand sanded for hours just
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get that
yeah.
beautiful contour and finish. And so yeah, I'm just very impressed with the quality and the tone, and
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah,
great.
I remember you took one to a gig. You bought one. You sent me a photo, and I was like, "Whoa, what is that?" And then you sent me a photo of the guitar, and I was like, "That's a beautiful guitar."
Yeah.
And you brought it to a gig, and I was like, I remember being blown away.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks so simple, but the tones you were able to pull, and it was a one pickup.
Yeah, it's just
guitar.
got a P90 in the bridge, and yeah, that's I guess the other great thing about PJD is the pickups are all wound in house.
Yeah.
By the lovely Harriet. So yeah, they're winding obviously these humbuckers, which are called the Wadfather, and the P90 as well in that, and the single coils, and yeah, they're just doing great things. Yeah, so I just love how they do it. They're a small operation by any means, but it just means the attention to detail is really high. It's not one of 800 guitars that came off the lot that day. It's each one of them is just sort of lovingly crafted from scratch.
Yeah, and what I really like about them is how they feel. You know, first of all, lightweight guitars.
Absolutely. Yes.
Extremely resonant, and like acoustically, that's so loud.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I don't know if you guys can hear this, but you know, it's ringing out.
For sure. No, it is loud.
Yeah, feels great.
Yeah, the wood is a beachy, apparently, which is an African hardwood related to mahogany.
Wow.
And it's it is great, and you know, I think there's a whole lot of urban myths about guitars. The heavier they are, the better sustainable. It's absolute rubbish. I just you just listen with your ears, and it's just a loud guitar. So I think they've really chosen great woods to build guitars from. Yeah. So as I said, I bought it. I could have bought anything in that shop. Yeah. I was always going to be in trouble anyway, so you might as well buy something that's going to please you. Yeah. I've just been really impressed, and actually to visit the shop, visit the factory, and see, how they do things. I'm just very impressed with it.
Well, I think anything that get a small shop, because some of my favorite brands, like James Tyler, they started out as small shops. Yeah. So things like that, they really appeal to me, because you're not, these aren't expensive, aren't they?
No, I think not. I mean, they certainly come in well under sort of custom shop offerings from the big ticket brands.
And you're essentially getting a custom shop.
Yep.
Because
for sure.
Like the build quality is as good, I dare say, some better than some of the custom shops I've played.
Yeah, no, look, I've had custom shop guitars that need a lot of work done just to make them playable.
Yeah, that's right.
I think if you're a small builder, you can't afford to be putting out stuff that's anything less than on spec. So if you can get over the fact that it's not a G or an F, then and a guitar that sounds great, feels great, plays in tune, it's got all high quality hardware, Goto hardware, and CTS pots. Yeah, they just haven't cut any corners anywhere, as far as I can see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what I mean, it is F and G inspired.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, for sure. The offset bodies are classic Jazzmaster, but
but they're great. Like and like you said, this one's got a little bit of flame. So I'm sure because it's a small team, they can go about choosing the woods and maybe weighing them and going, this might,
absolutely.
Whereas if you had a big outfit, I don't know if you'd be able to do that.
They're just going to grab it and put it in the machine and cut it up. I guess the other thing we should talk about is the neck joint as well.
Yes.
So there's no plate like there is on the F-style guitars, but these machine screws actually go into threaded inserts in the neck.
Oh.
So it just makes it an absolutely tight fit, and as you can see, there's just no gap.
Yeah.
Between the body and the neck.
No, there isn't.
And it's just a rock solid joint, and it just means if you have to take the neck off for any reason, you don't have screw holes that are eventually going to wear out. You're going to have to, dowel and re-drill and all that sort of stuff. It's just those little 1% things that just make it a really solid build, because all their guitars are bolt-on necks. Yeah. I just don't think you can get a more secure connection between the body and the neck than this. It's fantastic. Yep.
And this is definitely, from my experience playing these guitars, I think every single one that I played, I loved. Like, extremely resonant.
Yep.
They sound good. Like, I find I'm a massive fan of P90s, especially in the neck position, but I have always seemed to find ones that are really woofy, and this one's extremely glassy.
Yeah,
and that one as well. It's like we were doing some stuff before we were filming, and
Yeah,
I was,
absolutely.
blown away.
Yeah, look, I think they're just wiring the pickups that sound great in their guitars. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, the P90s they're something special. They really are.
They're great.
Really great. Yep.
Do you want to give everyone some specs, and then maybe we can cycle through some sounds?
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is obviously unashamedly their Strat style guitar. This is the Woodford, hum single. And the beauty of the wiring is that when you're in the second position, that classic Strat sound, it splits the humbucker into a single, so you get that real real classy sort of sound. So that's just a little attention to detail thing. The bridge pickup again, the humbucker, it's not one of these overwound super distortion affairs. It's definitely more of a pass style. So it's not too overpowered, and it just means that you get great dynamics out of it. It doesn't go dark when you alter the volume control. It's great. It's got a maple neck and 9.5 inch radius. And the frets, look, I think they're the equivalent of a 6105, so they're the sort of medium jumbo.
Our favourite.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, they've got it all sorted. And Goto vintage split post tuners, which I just love. Never again will you stick yourself, which is just I've done that too often. Yeah. So and they're just great. String changes are really quick, and a Goto bridge as well. So they just don't skimp on the hardware as well. It's just a very great serviceable hum single Strat, which is just what you need for all sorts of different styles of music, from blues to rock to heavy stuff. Yeah, all points in between.
Can that do heavy, you think?
Oh,
really?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. No, we'll demonstrate that later on.
Okay.
But,
we'll do that.
It's a nasty piece of work.
Yeah, I know this one has got that beautiful that's I've got a gain pedal, and this is volume on 6. Sustained for days.
Yeah, you can go and have a bite.
This is really cool. Do you want to tell us more about
the
specs
So
on
again, this is an Obishi body and maple neck, bone nut, 9.5 inch radius, 6105 frets, and the Wadfather and the bridge, and the P90. It's got an eponymous name which I can't recall, but it's just a great sounding P90. It's just it's like a great sounding Strat with perhaps just a little bit more in the mids, but it still can have that lovely toppy sound as well.
So glassy as well.
Yeah, glassy and super touch responsive.
Yes, should we get you to play that one and cycle through some sounds?
Absolutely.
And I'll do the same with this.
So this is the bridge humbucker, volume on about 7, and I've got an overdrive setting that's just it's designed to be clean up when you hit soft. And then hit harder. It's the guitar on 6.5, so wind her all the way open. So it really does scream if you wanted to, but again, turn it down to about 6.5. In between sound, beautiful. middle pickup. Middle and neck. Neck pickup.
Oh man.
Can get that sort of Texan blues sound out of it, but then again just turn down and so it really does cover just so many of the bases for you know what you're looking for a hum single, that's for sure.
Man, that looks great, and it definitely sounds great, and it's that's so versatile.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And what was cool is hearing you hit it hard on 6 and getting it to distort.
Yep.
But when you go full blast and it's still like the clarity is still there. It doesn't muffle or anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, that's great. And that's the Wadfather?
That's the Wadfather bridge.
And is this that's the Wadfather?
Absolutely. Yep.
The Wadfather.
My word.
I'm gonna play this one. So I'll go neck pickup. That's the P90 on.
That's great. Again, so touch responsive.
Yeah. When I was strumming lightly, you know, it just went back to clean.
Yeah.
And that was full, like on 10.
Yeah.
I'll go to middle. I'll start at 3, go to 6, 8, and 10.
Yep.
Middle. bunch on 3. Six. 8. 10. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It does cover so much sonic territory, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it looks cool as well.
Yeah, well, this has got that, it's an optional finish. It's called
Yeah.
a spray over. So there's obviously an undercoat of a sunburst
Mm.
and then the ocean metallic spray over on the top.
Yeah. Man, should we check out the other ones?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got the Carey Standards to go, which is their single cut.
Okay. What do you, yeah. You want to grab that one? Oh, that looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Okay. Yeah, this, Doc, tell us more about these
Yeah,
guys.
so these are both Carey Standards, which is obviously PJD's tribute to the classic single cut guitars. Except these are obviously bolt-on with that great bolt-on system. It's rock solid joint. 22 nickel frets, 10-inch radius. All the guitars have 10-inch radius. I'm sorry, I said 9.5 before. Goto hardware, and all pickups wound in-house. A Woodford, the humbucker on the bridge, and a Parkins.
Parkins.
Yeah, cream P90 in the neck. Again, both sort of vintage spec pickups, so not stinking hot, but it just means that you get so much more
Yeah.
sort of dynamic range out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, string through body design, a beachy body again, so it's just so light, and
So
but
light.
again, just acoustically, your neighbours will complain about that even before you plug it in. just loud and bright.
Yeah,
you
they're
know.
very loud.
Yeah, yeah,
So is
absolutely.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are the necks all the same size?
They pretty much are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it certainly it feels like a D to for mine. It's not a huge lot on the shoulder, but they just feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not like a shredder ultra skinny
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
neck,
no.
but just that right sort of I guess that middle ground. It feels more like a 60s than a 50s, put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
In terms of the profile, but yeah, it certainly is a resonant rock machine. So
That's really cool.
yeah,
Can we hear what yours sound like?
yeah, absolutely. So I'll just on the bridge pickup, volume at about 4, and this is a tone that's got a bit of drive on it, but again, when you turn it down. Okay, up to about 6 or 7. And then all the way open. It just really just screams if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I'll put it on in between. Again, the volume about halfway up. open. Okay, neck P90. Up to all the way open. Hear that real sort of top end attack,
yeah.
but again, if you want to hit it hard. Yeah, it just covers the whole sort of gamut, and
Yeah.
it'll give you what you want out of it. If you hit it hard,
Yeah.
it'll scream. If you hit it soft, it just purrs and sustains beautifully.
That's very nice. Like I think looking at, for me, I just love how no frills they are.
Mm.
You know, it just feels like a telly does.
Yeah.
I love how simple a telly is.
Yeah.
And I love how, you know, simple a Les Paul Junior, for example, is.
Yep.
But this is, yeah, light, you know, it's got great feel. You know, everything that comes with this guitar is, you know, like a small team put that together.
Yeah.
So like the care and attention to detail is there. Like it's absolutely clean. Right?
Yeah.
There's no sort of, you know how some guitars you see, you know, even the really expensive $7,000 ones.
Yes.
You see like dust and
little
not
finish
this,
scrapes
yeah.
and like
Yeah,
that.
not at all.
Yeah, I think they've just distilled down to really what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, which is just a great working person's guitar.
Totally.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, and I want to say this. I don't remember. Like I've got a Les Paul, a gold top with two P90s, and I love the bridge sound, but I don't like the neck sound.
Yeah, they can be really sort of muffled and sort of flubby. So no, I think again, I feel like they just sound like an underwound sort of pickup. That's, but again, if you really want to crank it hard, you get just so much out of it. A high output pickup, you're stuck with that sound.
Yeah, you are.
Can't really do much with it, but.
And what's cool is that's completely usable. The bridge is, it's got that beautiful, drive and like clarity, and then that neck pickup's a really beautiful glassy.
It is
at the different volume configurations, and in between it's great for like you can even use this for like funky.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, give it a crack.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're onto something. They're definitely onto something.
And you have your second one on the way.
I do have my
You're hooked.
second one on the way. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, I am. I really do believe in it, and sort of every day you can go to where these guitars are made, see all the wood blanks sitting there, drying out, see there's options for other neck materials, roasted maple, for example. So just a small group of people who are passionate about what they're doing. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. And you and I have got ridiculous lots of guitars.
No, we don't. If our wives are watching,
do they watch this? Are you serious?
No, not really.
No, but
let's be honest.
And again, you put up with certain shortcomings of them, like we always have to be tuning them during songs, and between songs, and sometimes you just want something that just works. It's just and that's the beauty of the basic design. These are like tellies on steroids, aren't they? Really?
They really are.
Yeah. They just sort of do what you want.
I would not be worried about touring with this. you know,
No,
rock solid joint.
Yeah.
Sounds great. It's
Yep.
got such a versatile, you know, palette of tones.
Yep.
And you know it's it's gonna. It's one of those guitars that you know it's gonna deliver night in, night out.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Not finicky or
No,
or,
yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah.
you know, fussy. It's just it's meat and potatoes, and I'm sure the PJD people wouldn't mind us saying that. That's what you want.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Now, who are the customers that are going to be interested in, you know?
Well, I think people who are looking for a great sounding, great playing guitar that you know with great superior quality hardware,
Yeah.
and just ones that aren't going to be dazzled by, I guess, the big label guitars,
yeah.
but just ones that you know just want everything that works.
Yeah.
And for me, that's this. It
Absolutely.
It works. It doesn't feel like a compromise at all. Now I guess the camera's picking up that these are kind of got a more matte finish as opposed to the sort of polished nitro cellulose.
Yeah.
But you know, if that's not an issue for you, then, and you know it isn't for me, then you know it's all about you know strapping something on and just knowing that it's going to hang in there with you every moment of the time.
That's what she said.
Exactly. But you know, and you can turn it down, and if you want to get all tender and nice, or you can crank it to 10 and you know tear someone's throat out in the most in the kindest possible way.
No, these are great. Like they look really great, and they feel and sound great.
Yeah. Again, that's what I fell in love with, the feel of it, even before I plugged it in.
Yeah.
And then I knew I was cooked, and I'm very impressed with what they're doing. It's made in the UK as well.
Yeah. By a small team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, really small.
I just think that's amazing, because I think you and I have plenty of discussions, you know, privately about the state of guitars and how, you know, our favorite brands, you know, they're priced anywhere north of like $7,000 for like a standard model.
Yeah.
And then here you have these guys coming out from the UK and you know, coming up with stuff that in my opinion, you know, I want to say sounds better than some of the stuff that I've heard recently.
Like
that S style.
Yeah.
It's great, and you know, obviously these ones.
Yeah, no, definitely. They definitely hold their own.
Yeah.
Again, if you can get over the lack of big label panache, but you just want something that does exactly what you want it to do and brings out every kind of you know, expressive nuance in your playing, then these are definitely worth your serious consideration.
And also, I think, you know, with like, I love custom shop, and you know, custom shops, you know, costing so much now.
Yep.
I might be more reluctant to bring one to a gig or tour, or you know, whereas you know these ones are, I think, I don't know, but I know they're not much.
No. Well, this is 2,700.
Are you joking?
No, I'm serious as a heart attack.
Whoa. Okay, so handmade
Yep.
from the UK, hand wound, light, solid,
Yep.
well built guitar
Yep.
for less than $3,000.
Yeah, and come with a great gig bag too, not the dodgy low end ones. So it's just it's all set to go. You could just
crazy.
put it on your back, take it straight to the gig.
You could like, I would say anyone who's, you know, your blues jammers could pick any of these guitars, hit your blues jams, and you're not spending heaps of dough.
No.
But you could also get your cover guitar player, your bar band guys, your touring guitar players.
Yeah.
Pick up any of these ones, not have to spend a lot of money, you know, and I think it's pretty insane.
Yeah, it is. I think it's really great value for money at that end of the market, for sure.
Oh man, like I honestly, I thought they were cheap, and I was like, oh, it's 3 something, 4 maybe.
Yeah.
Because we've seen some, you know, like some series of guitars that
Yeah.
are getting about
Yeah,
that,
they're
that,
all
that
north
price.
north of 3.5,
Yeah,
and
yeah. So
come from some of them out of Asia.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is all built one at a time.
Yeah, as they say in the UK, pretty good in it.
Do they actually?
I don't know, but oh man, guys, come down and play these, because I think it's one thing hearing them and having us talk about them, but it's another thing picking them up and playing them, because yeah, I'm kind of glad at the moment they're not that well known, so the cost isn't that much.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like you're discovering like a new brand that's great.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, they're in stock at this small business in America called Chicago Music Exchange.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that place?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little mum and
Just a
pop
little
shop.
mum and pop.
Yeah, with the vault underground with
yeah.
more bursts, and
Yeah.
you can poke a stick out. So I figure if those people know a good guitar,
Yeah.
and they're
right. Yeah,
distributors
that's a
in
good point.
America.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll definitely catch on. And
Yeah.
the PJD are one of the biggest producers of guitars in the UK now.
Oh, really?
So yeah, they're up and about. So
Yeah.
I think get in on the ground floor before people realise the true value and they go up. But
Yeah.
look, I can't tell you more, folks, than I played it on Denmark Street in London, where there are 5 or 6 guitar shops. And
Yeah.
I must have played 30 guitars that day, and was happy to put most of them back on the shelf.
Wow.
But picked up my PJD and thought 5 minutes later, this is it. Go get the case. I'm taking this home.
You know, when Dr. Ric will send me a message, like a WhatsApp, if he's overseas, and he'll send me photos of guitars.
Yeah, that too.
And that, yeah, and I remember when he sent me, the photo of the one you bought. I hadn't heard of the brand before, so I was kind of not dismissive, but I went, oh right, okay. Number one, for it to, be to your liking, and you're very particular about what a great guitar should be.
Yeah.
It made me quite interested. But then when you actually brought it back and you played it, and I won't forget that gig when you played it, and it sounded like you had 3 guitars.
Yeah.
And you just had that one pickup.
Yeah, it's the magic of a P90.
Yeah.
It can be all things to all people. Single coils, humbuckers, and they're just they're great. So I figure if I can get that many tones out of one pickup guitar, then 2 is great. I love what they're doing with their P90s. I reckon they sound phenomenal.
Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please come down and try these out. We have them here at Music Junction at the Blackburn store.
Yep.
I'm a big fan. And of course you are. You've got the second one coming.
My word.
My name's Ryan, and here Dr. Ric. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching another video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get all the notifications. We'll see you soon. Bye.